great director I worked with would always ask the same question pretty much every time we would get to work on the scene, the monologue, the play, whether it was with the ensemble of actors or the one-on-one. He would always ask, "Where are you?" We start with, okay, I'm in a bar, or I'm in a nightclub, or I'm in a living room, or I'm in a hospital. You set the scene. Where are you? And then we go to the next two questions. What's the surface story? And what's the beneath the surface story? So I'm in a living room, and the surface story is I'm here to say goodbye. And I have the divorce papers, and I'm sliding it in front of me. And this is it. To the woman I love. Beneath the surface story, I don't want to do this. I genuinely don't want to do this. And that's what's going on underneath the surface. And it may not entirely be in the words or necessarily even in the actions, but it's the driving force that creates the scene in opposition to what may be on the surface. Now, on the other hand, the surface may be just a glimpse of what is a deeper view beneath the surface. So this may be a love scene that I'm barely able to express beneath the surface. I have so much more of that feeling that I wish I could tap into. And now we're dealing with the emotional states. Because one of the most important things in a great story is the emotional state, and that is what is going on beneath the surface. And so what I always say, this is one of the core fundamentals, find the state before the story. Connect to that, and what is on the surface, that is where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. But we got to begin with the core question of, where am I? And it grounds me, it centers me, it frees me of judgment. Just where am I right now? Let's just start there. I hear what your words are saying, but what are your feet doing, right? And then we go from that to, all right, what's going on the surface? On the surface, I'm whatever that is. And beneath the surface, I'm whatever that is. And so this exercise grounds me. It helps me stay present, helps free me of judgment, and allows me to quite literally look at what is really, really going on. It's a very, very helpful ritual that I try to practice as often as possible. And that's why a lot of people have gone, well, why do you put it up every Monday? And maybe I don't think I've ever really got into full explanation of what that's about. So that's the ritual, that's a practice that I encourage you to do in your daily lives, but make that a part of your work when you're working with your clients, when you're telling their stories, whatever that is. Where are you in the scene? Start there. Surface, and then go to beneath the surface story. And that's the core. That's the target, the beneath the surface story, and then work up.